This is Tom from Dirk Witte's music store in Utrecht, the Netherlands. And today we're taking a look at this Epiphone from the 1990s. So it is from a time period that is actually kind of highly regarded, made in Korea. Taking a look at this 1997 Epiphone Riviera in its original sunburst finish. So, Epiphone Riviera, what is that model even? It is, to put it plain and simple, it's basically the Epiphone ES335. As you can tell, it has the thin line semi-hollow body style with the double horns, the same body shape. It was first introduced in 1962, also really in a very similar fashion. The only difference is that it came first with mini humbuckers. You actually see quite a lot of Epiphone Rivieras with mini humbuckers. That's kind of like the original configuration. But this one has full-size humbuckers, and I actually thought that this was modded, like that it was routed out for full-size humbuckers, but that's not the case. These from the 1990s, they came with full-size humbuckers, so this is completely stock when it comes to that. So like I said, first introduced in 1962, back when Epiphone was still made in the USA by Gibson. They were just basically just Gibsons, made by the same people, using the same stuff, same tools, same woods, all of that. They were just basically Gibsons. But then the models made by Epiphone, they were slightly different, I would say. A lot of Epiphone models were kind of like the equivalent of Gibson models. So like I said, this was kind of like the R335. You also had the Sheridan, which was kind of like the R355. You had the Casino and the ES330, which are basically just the same guitars apart from the headstock. And so you have a whole range of other models, including acoustics. So that's kind of like the what this model then that I have on my lap right now is also kind of like. It's basically just a Gibson style semi-hollow electric guitar, but then with a different headstock and also just a little bit of different specs, but very much just a semi-hollow thin line electric guitar. And a very great one at that. So from the 1997, the year 1997, made in Korea. So these are some very highly regarded electric guitars. So let's dive into the specs. So like I said a few times, a semi-hollow body construction, ES style, thin line, double sound holes, F holes, beautiful sunburst finish, single ply binding on the top as well as on the back. We've got some full-size humbuckers. Pretty sure that these are stock. So stock Epiphone humbuckers, thinking that these are some El Nico style humbuckers, but they sound really, really great. Wouldn't change them really. We then also got a tuner bridge. It is kind of like an ABR1 style, because it is a lot thinner than your import style bridges. You also have kind of like the thin posts. But it is not an ABR1 really, because you do have the bushings that are then installed into the body and then the post screwed into those. But you do got a the post you can actually adjust with just a flathead screwdriver, just going into this hole, which does make it a little bit easier to lower or raise the bridge. The tailpiece is a frequencator tailpiece. That is a unique design made by Epiphone. Also kind of I think that they came up with that in like the, I guess in like 1930s maybe. They started doing that on their arch tops back when they were their own brand, not owned by Gibson. They had this bridge design and it is very unique. So you have this very you have a lot of string for your bass strings, and it has something to do with tension, has something to do with string length. Sure that there's some like reason behind it, has having to do with like physics and stuff, but not too sure about that. I do know that it looks very unique and quite cool. And then you got a longer tailpiece really for your plain strings. You also then got a white pickguard, multiply, 3-ply, also has the unique shape, unique to theirs, Epiphone. It used to have an E sticker here on the pickguard. You can see an outline of that, but we have lost the E sticker. but you do again do see that outline. Hopefully you can see that there on the camera. Then we've got dual volume controls and dual tone controls with your thumb bleeder indicators, output jack over here on the front. The switch, I do believe that has been replaced, and actually it has been modded at some point to a, yeah, this hole has been enlarged. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what it used to have over here, because I'm curious where they would then put the pickup selector switch, but it has been enlarged. So the pickup selector switch is sunken into the top. Maybe you can see that. It just works perfectly fine. It is also just completely like secure. It is completely put, so it doesn't bother or like cause any problems in any way, shape or form, but it is not stock. So not sure what happened there at some point in its lifetime, but it has been done, so I wanted to point it out there. We've also got some chain strap buttons. These are, I believe, Dunlop strap lock buttons. So those are also non-original, but easy enough to restore. Move on to the neck. That is a mahogany neck with a bound rosewood fingerboard with your acrylic inlays, kind of like the slanted block inlays. Also, I believe unique to Epiphone. The profile is a little bit of a slimmer profile, I would say, but still plenty of beef, nicely rounded. Definitely just is a C shape, but it is on the little bit slimmer side. I actually do prefer this over like the modern profiles that you find on theirs, on models made by them, made in China and Indonesia. So I actually do really like this neck. It actually plays also quite fast, and yeah, overall just a very nice neck to play. When it comes to the fretware, actually pretty minimal. You do got some yeah, wear patterns, but that just also look like that they would just be polished out just fine. So may have had a refret at some point in time, I'm not sure, but if that has been done, yeah, these newer frets or the current frets are just in a beautiful shape, and you can be rest assured that you can play this thing for many years to come. Then got a bone nut, thinking that that is original, and then your Epiphone headstock, kind of like the skinny kind that you also found in the 1960s. Epiphone trusswell cover, the white one with the E, then your logo, and then on the back you've got your tuners, kind of like the Clusen with the kidney buttons. I think that they're called kidney buttons, tips. So yeah, last thing to mention, the condition, pretty nice. Does show play wear, so you do got some honest play wear here and there in the form of scratches, minor nicks and dings, but really nothing crazy. When it comes to the dings, actually maybe I should take that back, because I do not actually see any dings. You got some minor impressions, but just very normal play wear that you would expect from a guitar of this age. This has definitely been played by somebody quite a bit, but also at the same time has been well taken care of. So no worries when it comes to the shape or the condition, but again, it is not mint, so it has some scratches and just some normal play wear. So that's pretty much all that there is to mention to this 1997 Riviera, Epiphone Riviera, made in Korea. Really cool model, cool guitar, cool part of their history, Epiphone history. It's kind of cool to then see them with full-size humbuckers. I think that they just did that in the 1990s for some reason. Yeah, they also really sound really nice, very rich, very full, just good humbuckers. And this thing also plays really nice. It is true, I would definitely agree that the 1990s models made by them, Epiphone, that they really play good. Definitely better than kind of like the newer ones for some reason. They still have like the polyurethane finish, and yeah, they have all of those import style specs oftentimes, but the build quality is definitely different. Definitely just saying, yeah, just a different playing guitar that I always notice with these, and in a very good way. They play very great. So let's hear what it sounds like. But first, if you're interested in this 1997 Riviera Be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of a very cool played-in gear like this, or older vintage golden age gear, acoustics, electrics, bass guitars even, or even newer ones at that. All that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's hear what this 1997 Riviera sounds like. Going to be playing through this late 1970s Fender Pro reverb. So let's then move on to that part and let's then take this very, very cool 1997 Riviera for a spin.